Hello, I am Corinne Braxton and I am here live, I think. Let's check to see if I can find myself on the iPad. I am a few minutes early. Oh, there I am. Okay, that's good. So we'll just wait a few minutes and see who will join us before we start our little demonstration. Today is August 12th already. I don't know where the summer goes. We have had 2 beautiful days now, really some of the first of the whole summer here in Montana. It has been smoky until yesterday. Yesterday I was able to, trying to see if we have any, there we go, there's some comments. Yesterday was the first day I was able to sit outside a little bit in the evening, early evening, because the smoke had lessened and we can see the mountains again. We have been so smoky here in Montana. It's really been unlike most summers, but it seems like each year we're getting more and more smoke from other states, and there are a lot of forest fires in Montana. Let's see if anyone has found us yet. Anyway, what have you all been doing? Yesterday I had each of the grandkids for a couple hours apiece, just for some alone time with them and their mom and dad. Oh, hey, Linda, glad you found us. Glad you're watching. Our son John and Millie have been out of town. They had a nanny watching the kids, but I was giving her a break for a little bit, and so I had each of the kids for like 2.5 hours, and they were keeping track very much. And we had a busy day. I still have sort of inky fingers. We did the baby wipe re-inker technique, which I'll do on here sometime too again soon. It's one of my favorite techniques, and I always pull it out in the fall when we have leaves. And so each of the children, we did the re-inkers on the baby wipe and put the ink on and made a mess actually, but they stamped it really well, and we made little note cards. Had them do leaves, not quite this fancy as theirs aren't, but they love doing the re-inker. It's a simple technique really with grandkids. So anyway, let's see, Linda, be sure you maybe make another comment, tell us where you're watching from, and I know you're here in Bozeman, but give us some thumbs up or something to help others find us. It just takes a little bit of time. So, oh goodness sakes, let's see what's here. Okay. Yeah, I should bring the grandkids on camera. Well, I thought about that, but I don't know how they'd behave after I was continuing with my discussion or my presentation. So they are a handful together. And our Max, who is going to be 9 shortly. He's the one who's been texting me about all kinds of electronic things for his birthday, but he is getting a riding toy instead. Anyway, now he wants to have a sleepover with his cousin Jack, and he's trying to plan that. And I'm going to Wisconsin too next week, so for a few days. So Max is trying to plan a sleepover. Okay, we'll just go ahead and start. We have, oh, hey, there's Jeannie Williams. Jeannie's down in Ennis, Montana. So glad you could see us. Oh, and I see Lisa sending up hearts. Thanks, Lisa. That's always so nice. I appreciate that. That helps others. Remember, we are a full week into celebration. Shipping is going pretty well, I think. I'm getting my orders and my thanks so much for the thumbs up, hearts. Good to see you all. And so if you haven't ordered from Celebration and the mini catalog, my goodness, don't wait too long. Things will start to go on back order. This is really a great catalog, and I'm already finding, oh my goodness, I don't know if there are going to be enough weeks to showcase. Hey, Martina in Oregon. I'm not sure there'll even be enough weeks to showcase all these stamps and things. There's so many beautiful products. I have to, when I turn the camera down, I'm going to show you something I made yesterday. One of my favorite Peaceful Cabin. Oh my goodness, that paper, I'll just show you the paper right now. It is gorgeous. This paper, this is what I'm talking about, the Peaceful Cabin paper. And it is so beautiful, but I'm afraid it'll go. I'm telling everyone it's going to go on back order, so don't wait too long. And remember, joining Celebration, buying the starter kit is always the best deal. But tell your friends about the starter kit. Not only do they get $125 for the $99 that they spend for the starter kit, but they get a choice of one of these 12 bundles. And the bundles are really terrific. The Arctic Bears, Beauty of Tomorrow, Christmas Season, Christmas to Remember, Frosted Gingerbread, Gorgeous Leaves, Nature's Harvest, Peaceful Cabin, that's my favorite, Peaceful Deer, love that one, Penguin Place, Sweet Little Stockings, and Whimsical Tree Bundle. And some of these are like $55 and $60. The most expensive is Christmas to Remember. So that's a great thing to be able to get a free bundle with the joining. So you might think about that and tell some of your friends. Let's get a few more Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and team members. I think that there are not a lot of announcements today, so I think we'll just turn the camera down and start stamping. So I'm going to turn you down in just a second. So we're going to close our eyes. And today we're doing one project from the Celebration and one from the mini catalog. So here we go. Close your eyes. I'll turn us down. You can see, I won't be able to read comments quite as easily, but I always come back to them at the end. Here's one of my favorite. I just did this one yesterday with some leftover pieces when I was stamping with the kids. I didn't make it while they were here, but I just put it together later. Another one of my bookbinding cards. Just love that. The re-inker technique. You can see in that the new stamp set, whatever it's called, the leaves. Oh my goodness, it is wonderful. Here's a note card, and then I'm going to show you these. I'm just going to set those aside for a minute, and I think so. So this is the belly band. This is my mystery card yesterday afternoon. This is how it works. It's an accordion fold. I think I'll show you this sometime. Look, I love accordion folds. I did one a few weeks ago, but this one's on a base. And then it has a belly band like this. But you have to sort of squeeze it to get that belly band on. And then the other one is like this. I use the same papers. I didn't really even know what I was creating. I just cut the sizes and then started creating. But isn't that a beautiful card? And not too hard either, and quite addictive. I'm going to make a few more. I'm going to make some in that little penguin paper and some of those papers too, because I think they're really fun. Okay, today's, the first one that we're going to do today is from, we can show you the catalog now, the inside of the catalog. This is the Delicate Dahlia that we're going to be doing. And this is free with a $100 purchase. So it is a distinctive stamp, and it is quite beautiful. Quite beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a two-part stamp, and we're going to do that today, but it's beautiful by itself, too. So some nice words with it, but it's certainly a beautiful stamp, and it is photopolymer. So we're going to bring in and that's on page 14 of the Celebration catalog. So free with a $100 order. And we'll bring in our pieces and our stamps. I love this Contours, Colors and Contours, I think is the name of the die. I love this, and I use it a lot. I just think it's a beautiful combination. So we have a top folding card. It's a long one, 4 1/4 by 11. Fold it in half. Hey there, Carla. Good morning. Hey, Lisa. Nice to see you, girls. I see you're finding us. And let me get all the bits and pieces in here now. And the inside is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. I've got a stack of these cut. I love to pull them out and use them. I'll show you what it looks like. Here's a card using that same thing. I like to layer it with, I don't like to put the two scallops next to each other, but you see there's a straight edge, a scallop, straight scallop. I'm going to do the same thing today. And so what we're going to do is, maybe I will show you the card first. I think I will. I will show it to you. There you go. You tell me, do you like this ribbon better or this one? This one is Highland Heather. It's got a little silver metallic in it. This one is Fresh Freesia. We are definitely using the Fresh Freesia paper, and I have a fresh Freesia shirt on. Well, it's a little bit like between Fresh Freesia and that real light purple we had last year. Which ribbon do you like? So you tell me, and I'm going to make use that ribbon on the next one. So anyway, do you see how I've used the scallop, the straight? Well, I didn't use the scallop on this one. I used the stitching. So, but anyway, I don't like too many scallops on a card like that. Okay, so we have this layer, and then we have this. This is the Highland Heather, and it's 3 1/4 by 5 5/8. And I just took my ruler and measured what I thought that would be and started cutting. That's how I determined that. But that's that. And then instead of using another scallop, which I was going to do, but then I decided I would use one of these. I like that look with the stitching. So we'll do that. And then we're going to put a piece on. This is the Highland Heather. This is from the In Color, those little 6 by 6 pieces packs of the In Colors. And I just really like this. And this is 1 5/8 by 2 7/8, and that's going to give me room to stamp up here. So we'll do that first, and then we'll put our pieces together. So let's bring in our stamps. And I don't want my computer to stop working. I think we'll stamp the envelope first, so that I don't forget, because I tend to forget sometimes when I'm talking and doing all that. So we've got a little Pierce pad in here. These are photopolymer, so, and I've got Fresh Freesia ink. And what I'm going to show you is, these are the two stamps. They're pretty good size. And this is the inside, or this is the detail outline. And then this one is the one that's very distinctive, is what they say. And anytime you have a distinctive, it's sort of good to push your ink a little bit. You don't want it too juicy. Quite often, my pads are pretty juicy because I do re-ink them. So I'm going to try to stamp that. I'm going to show you what I mean. If you don't do that, they tend to get a little bit muddy. But this is what it's going to look like. Isn't that pretty? So you could use it just like that. We are not going to use it like that. We're going to do the outline. And so I'll show you how I'm doing that. Let me just see that I'm in the camera, because I'm there we go. The laptop is delayed. So I've got a really big stamp here, and I've got black memento, and I'm going to actually, you can sort of see where I have lined these two up to be able to stamp them, but I'm going to grab this black memento and ink it upside down, because it is so big. And sometimes I like to twist my pad a little bit. That sometimes helps too. Okay, I'm going to keep one of my points up at the top, and I'm going to put that up as high as I can on here, like this. Give it a good press. There's the outline. And then we're going to come in with our Fresh Freesia. And you can see again, you can see that how I marked that with a Sharpie. And I'm just going to, I can I'm going to sit down here so I can see this and try not to get, it's hard to get my, not get my head in the camera, but I'm going to see if I can do this. I might have to, there we go. It's really crazy. I don't think I have this lined up right now. There we go. It's not going to be perfect because I can't put my head in the camera. There we go. It's not bad though. Okay, and it's pretty, isn't it? You can sort of, you can see that it's got a little bit of white. It just has a nice look to it. Let me see what's here. Now we're going to do our little saying, and I'm going to do a sympathy card. I'm in need of more sympathy cards again. My second cousin just passed away in Nebraska this week. Oh, I think I'm going to do it in black. I just did that. Let's see once. Well, I stamped it up in the Freesia. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's a little light. I think I'll try the black. I think that'll be better. We'll just ink it up in black. She had Parkinson's, and her sister is more my age, but she lives here in Montana. So her sister really wasn't very old, like 79, and which doesn't seem very old anymore. Anyway, she was. So I need another sympathy card. Is what I'm saying again. I think I like the black better then, because that sort of works with the black in the flower too. So let's add the, oh, I know what we want to do. We want to add the inside of our card. Let me see if I can find that. That'll be the last part of the stamping. Here we have our 3 3/4 by 5. And I think I'll show you what it looks like just to not too much. There we go. There are 2 little stamps in the set, same that are distinctive too. And the same thing, we're going to ink it up, and we'll just do one in black right here in the bottom. And then we'll do the inside in the Freesia. Oh, I don't know. Let's see once here we can get this lined up. I didn't mark this one. And I don't really think it makes a big difference. It's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. Although I feel like now I'd like it to be a little bit closer. It seems like it should be right there. There it is. Okay, good. That shouldn't be so hard. But I couldn't get it up there on camera. I think that's always a bit blaming it on the camera. Okay, now we can put this together. I'm going to set this aside, and we can put it all together. And that's the inside. So we're going to put that on the inside of our card, and we'll bring out our tape runner, my seal. There we go. I had a stamp camp this weekend. That was a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. And it was a very, very full day. We started at 9 in the morning. We went until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we made lots and lots of projects. Did techniques all morning long with the vellum and the the blends with the alcohol ink. I have always enjoyed doing techniques. Okay, now you have to help me here. We have these 2 ribbons. So we have, which one do you like better? This is the Highland Heather, and it is called Grosgrain, and it's got a metallic feel to it. And then this one is Fresh Freesia, and it is a little more sheer. Which one do you want me to use? Can you quickly type that in so we can do that? And my preferred way of doing this is with a, do you have any, I can't see any comments coming in. What do you think? Which way? Highland Heather. Okay. Highland Heather. Two Highland. Martina and Carla say Highland Heather. Okay, we're going to use that. That's this one. And what I'm going to do, thank you girls for making those comments, and I'm just going to Scotch tape these in place. And this is the way I do it. I don't usually cut it off the spool, but I did today just for ease of handling. And I've got this old, there we go. I just tape it on the back. You can use your, I'm going to just move it down just a little bit. So it's just a tiny bit over that seam, but we're not covering up the flower. And like that, and then give it a little cut, and then I turn it over. This is my preferred way. Oh, I got a piece here that's a little loose. That's my preferred. And then I just slip it in like this, and then I tie a knot. I'm going to have to take my Band-Aid off my thumb. I don't want to start bleeding on camera. I'm going to hold that and pull it tight. I have a big crack, and it's full of ink, and really opened up, and I keep putting stuff on it to make it heal, but it just stays sort of open. Okay, here we go with this, and that Highland Heather looks really pretty, doesn't it? I'm going to put some adhesive on this. Whenever your tape runner doesn't start, you can just take your silicone mat, and those are the greatest things in the world. They're so inexpensive. I think they cost $6, but I don't go anywhere without my silicone mat. I probably have 5 or 6 of them. I have a lot. I have them all over, always within reach. Okay, now we'll have just a little bit there. The Highland Heather looks great, I think. And we can put a little bit of Winka Stella on this. Just really quickly putting that on like that. Isn't that a pretty stamp? I bet, how many of you have one of those? And then I'm going to pop up this, I think the black is better. I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals and like that. Take those off. I love my Take Your Pick tool. I think I ordered a new one last week. I have probably 5 of them, and I just have them all over too. I love them, but I used to like, we have the old ones. These are the ones we had a couple of years ago, and it was my favorite. But I love this putty end, and I love the thickness of this because it's very good for arthritic hands. Anyway, so I'm going to put this on. I should have probably put it on before I put the ribbon on. Now it's, I'm going to have to cover up a little bit of that ribbon. I'm going to slide that knot over a little. I think it'll be all right. Nope, it's a little too far over. There we go. Sending heartfelt sympathy. And now I'm going to put some more seal on the back. Like that. And isn't that black? I just love this scallop contour. Isn't that a pretty card? I bet some of you have been playing with this stamp and have enjoyed it. I started with a different one, and I don't like these hardly at all. They're just not, I don't think they look great. This one, I have a beautiful card from, I think I have it right here, from Nancy Lund from probably 2 years ago. I just love the way she did this. And this was part of a stamp. It's a retired stamp, but she did that background and then ran through the embossing folder. And so I wanted to sort of do the same thing with the Dahlia. And so I tried doing that. And I ran it through the texture one, and then I did that one but I just don't like it's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to throw it away, but I don't like it very much. I like this one a whole lot better. Good. I'm glad you've been playing with yours, Carla. But it's a beautiful set. So here is the card with the other ribbon. Now you can see both of those together. And now I have a few sympathy cards that I didn't have before. So that worked out well to produce a few, because it's always nice to have them on hand to be able to send. Okay, so ladies, that's the Delicate Dahlias. It has a nice thank you, nice font. Oh, so happy for you. Sending heartfelt sympathy, and you inspire me. Nice leaves too. Okay, now we're going to set that aside over there. And next we're going to use the mini catalog. We're going to use this. I think I will. It's on page 60. Page 60 of our mini catalog. And this is the Reflected in Nature. It's a beautiful stamp. It's only $20. It's a red rubber with reflection. I've seen a couple videos. This reflection is a little bit lighter. Mine is a little darker because I was not trying to, this is my card. These are my cards. I didn't want to bring out the Stamparatus again and do the bottom. So I just did Wink Estelle, and that's what we're going to do today. So we have, but we're using some paper from Celebration. And this is the one with the deer. To me, this looks like a little, like, I'm from Wisconsin. It looks like a little cottage or a cabin in the north woods of Wisconsin with the deer. This piece is the back side of that deer paper, and this is all that Peaceful Deer free paper. It's one of my favorites. But anyway, we're going to create that now. I'm going to show you how I did that. Okay, let's bring in our supplies. We're going to stamp it right there. And let's see, we've got, this is the stamp set. And I really have things organized, but sometimes you would never know it. Because when I pull things out, it seems like a mess. Okay, let's see what's here. Got some little pieces. I'm going to, this is Sahara sand that we're going to be using. And I have a mat cut already. And some, let's see, here is the deer paper, and you can see it's the plaid on the other side. This is the Sahara sand, and we have a piece of mat that is 3 3/4 by 5, and the Sahara sand is 4 by 5 1/4, and the card itself is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Just our normal side fold card. So, and I just chose the colors. I just thought this looked, the blue, this is Misty Moonlight. Actually, my pants are sort of a Misty Moonlight today. And then we have an inside piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. We'll just set that right there for now and move these other things off to the side. And I'm going to just show you how we did this. Okay, and put our pieces right there so we can find them. We're going to stamp right here. I said stamp on here. Let's get our stamps. And we have a lot of stamps here. We have a lot of sentiments. Just move this right here so I can reach it. And we have our ink. I want to show you again. Where did I put that spoon? I always keep a plastic spoon in my. I put it over here someplace. There it is. I see it. Still got the Freesia ink on it, but because this is a distinctive stamp that Stampin' Up! Has created, I'm going to just push that ink a little bit more to that side so it's not, and then I clean my spoon and I just keep reusing it and I put it in my little tool kit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just ink up my stamp. It's a big one, so I'm going to do it upside down. I think it would be just ideal on the Stamparatus, but we're not doing that. We're just doing it this way, just a little faster. Just going to put it down. I'm going to give it a good press. Let that ink soak in. And there we have it. And I think that's pretty good. You can see it's just the way they made this stamp. It's pretty remarkable. It's a red rubber, and it's just, they've made it this distinctive so it looks very realistic, like a photograph. And isn't that pretty? And there's the reflection. Oh, and you know, reflections are not the easiest thing to create. So we're going to let that dry for just a second. I think we'll do some sentiments. I'm going to do on the inside. Let's see if we can find my inside piece. Here we go. That's the 3 and 3. It's going to be a horizontal card, and we're going to do it like this. I'm going to do. We are going to just. We're going to do a happy birthday, and this happy birthday is from. I love this. This happy birthday is from the Turtle Friends. That's it. I really should do more of a belated one. I'm always... Now, I forgot my mat underneath, so it's all right. It worked. And I'm going to... I like this sentiment. We're going to do, happy birthday, may your journey take you to many new exciting places. And then the outside of the card, we're going to do a little strip. But I don't know. Let's see where I have my little strips. Let's see. Here they are. Let me see. That little strip of paper has a. We'll just do this. Take time. Take time for you. We'll do that in the middle, like that. Good. And oh, I forgot the little bird. We're going to have to do that for sure. That eagle, not a bird, just a plain bird, but we're going to put that eagle on the inside. Nice eagle up here. There we go. And let's see here. Close that up. And we have everything stamped now. And we'll give this a little bit of a cut. That. Slant the sides a little bit. Whoops, a little bit more. There we go. And so that's ready. And this is ready for our inside. I'll just put it in there so we get it out of our way. And it all looks very crooked, I think. Okay, so we're going to put this Sahara sand on there, and we'll have a nice little 1/4 inch. And then I took that white mat that I had that was and I ran it through the embossing. This is the wood grain. Oh, look at that timber. I think it's called timber. It's a new one. Isn't it great? Oh, hi, Melissa. That's okay that you're late. You can always go back and watch the replay. That's no problem at all. How are things out in California? Do you have smoke fires, forest fires near you? There we go. And I'm going to just... Oh, Carla, I'm glad you like these colors together. I like them too. I don't know. So we're going to take this deer strip now. I like the deer better than the other side. So, I mean, I like the other side really well, but for this woodsy card, we're going to do the deer side. And, but I love that timber on there. So, and just put that right down the middle. Like that. And now we've got our... we've got our piece. I want to show you. I'm going to do this tearing. This is a really old technique. This is something I used to do way back, probably 15, 20 years ago when I was not a demonstrator then, but I did a lot of stamping. But you're going to tear toward you. Tearing toward you will give you a very rough edge. You can sort of see how rough that is. It'll be smooth on the other side. So if you tore away from yourself, then it would be a smoother edge. But we'll just tear this. It's supposed to look like those old photographs. You know, they sort of had a rough edge around them. I'm just I'm holding my thumb with one at one part of the card. And then I'm just tearing it with the other one. I also have one that I cut, that I just did a straight cut. And, but I don't know, I sort of think this is fun. We used to always edge these too, like with a dauber, sponge dauber. I didn't think about doing that. Would have been a good thing to do, but I didn't even. Now this, I'm going to have to, you could just get a little bit, sometimes if you just give it a little start, it'll go. Just like this. Paper, I think it's a good way to show that antique look. There we go. I don't like that little bump sticking out, so I'm just going to tear it off. See how rough it is right here? I'll just peel it off. I'm just going to, like that. Good. It's a little bit big over here, so we can sort of, sometimes if you can't get it, let's see what it's going to do. I was just going to give it a little snip like that. There we go. That's good. That's good enough, I think. And here's a mat that I did ahead of time. It's 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. I don't know if that's going to work on this one. It depends on your tearing. So let's just see what we think. It's okay. I think I'll cut off a little bit more, but just put that on like that. And I think what we'll do is just put it up there like that. And I will just take my scissors along. Anytime you want to have to do freehand cutting, you could go to your paper cutter. But a large blade scissors like this, a really old one I have, that will cut a pretty straight line. Now we're going to put it on our card and put some dimensionals on this, and I think I'll bring my little handy dandy little cut pieces that I like so well. Nothing like, they're like gigantic. You could, I just cut this, you can see how my dish is. It's just a little custard dish filled with pieces. It doesn't really make, I have some long, some skinny. I just, it's just very therapeutic to just go ahead and cut. But you see, it provides a pretty stable, and mine, these are generous. These are not expensive either, but I mean, probably not as, the pieces that I've cut are big, and they don't need to be that big, but I'm going to take it down a little bit in size there. And we want our dark on the top. Almost put it on the wrong way. There we go. Do you see how much darker that is? That's lighter. Now, I have seen, I've seen Sharon Armstrong, and I really like her a lot. She's in Texas. She did this in a different color, and then she did this in a real light blue. And I think it's okay, but I sort of like this, and I think it just needs a little bit of Winkostella, and to give, oh, I know, this would be really cool too. This glaze, but that, it takes several hours for the glaze. But you could have, I think that would be really neat too. So there's the Winkostella. I might put some glaze on. I don't know, but not right now, because it does not, it takes a long time to dry. And here's our little piece that I'm just going to put one of these long pieces of dimensional on there for us. And we are almost finished. Take time for you, and we'll put it right there in the middle. Let's see if I have that. It doesn't look straight. Let's see what's here. That's better. Just a little lifted up. Take time for you. Happy birthday. May your journey take you to many new and exciting places. Let's see once. We've got not dimensional. Some of these are the 2020 to 22 in color squares. And I think we'll put 2 of those on, and okay, just put 2 little ones on. I'm going to put them on nice and try to make them nice and square. I like to put them on sort of, most of the time I put these on like in a diamond pattern. There we go. Take time for you. Straighten that out a little bit. Oops. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do the diamond. We'll do that. That's great. I'm like changing my mind right midstream here. There we go. That I think is good. Then you don't have to worry about being so precise. Take time for you. And there is our card. And here is the same one with a longer sentiment. This one I put some twine on it, and I flagged the ends on this one. So I think it's a fun set. I really like it. You can see the shimmer of the water. I think it's a pretty neat idea. This one I used the background of that new worn type, but I like the timber. I think that just reminds me of being in the woods camping or something like that. Alrighty, let's flip the camera back up. We are really early today. We've made a lot of we didn't have a lot of coloring, probably. We just had, oh, thank you very much for the hearts. I appreciate that. It was really a fun card and not hard at all, really. Neither of these cards were hard. I hope that you will start ordering. If you haven't ordered some new things from the mini catalog and Celebration, remember Celebration is only 2 months. And I feel like here we are in the middle of August already. That means we only have another month and a half of Celebration. You know, we used to, when Celebration was 3 months long, we'd have that sort of lull in the middle, but there's not time to be, this time, I feel like the products are also good and we don't have a lot of time. And you know how things get before Christmas, it gets really hectic. So it's good to start some of those projects now. Alrighty, girls, we will see you next week and next Tuesday and at the same time. And it was so nice to see you girls popping in today. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. And I will post these pictures later today. And don't forget to check my Crafting Creations by Corinne site, my business site too, because I post pictures there every day. Alrighty, thanks so much. And all of you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.